Where do I begin? It seems like my whole life I've been searching for love, for someone to love me unconditionally for who I am, who's not going to judge me and take me for granted. And because of this, I chose paths. They're probably not the best choice for my life. In high school, I became very rebellious and started hanging out and drinking a lot and staying out really, really late, doing things I know I shouldn't have been doing. Just having fun, living my life, and not really letting anyone tell me what they thought my life should be like. I went off to college, where I just continued down that road. Started dating guys that were alcoholics and drug addicts, and hanging out with them daily to the point where my grades were down the toilet. I had friends, a few really good friends, who tried to keep me straight and ask me how I was doing and if they could help me, and even people who had slipped me Bible verses, and my mom and family members calling me to ask if I had visited a church in the town yet. And of course I had not. That was the last thing on my mind. I just wanted to have fun and to party and to be me, who I thought I was. I just continued doing all this stuff, and I ended up being in a serious relationship with a guy there at Auburn. And I found a really great friend who was probably one of my best friends to this day, who was my roommate. And the two of them I cling to for everything. I woke up in the morning and she was there to laugh with me and talk about my crazy night we had the night before, and she was there to listen to me when I cried and to encourage me, and I really depended on her, and I looked to her for answers and just for that love and that comfort that I needed, being out by yourself in college and not really having family close by, and if your family is nearby, they don't understand because you're going through all this stuff that you wouldn't want to explain to them anyways. And then there was the boyfriend who drank as much as I did, probably every day, and did drugs, and we practically lived together. And one day, my roommate went away for the summer to work out west on a ranch. And it was sad seeing her go. I'm not used to being alone and not having someone else in the apartment with me, which was great because my boyfriend could just move in with me for a while, and that's pretty much what happened. We just hooked up and shacked up night after night, just living in sin and not really thinking about it, I guess, about what we were doing, or not thinking it was wrong. We continued to drink and just live in, I don't know a word to describe it, just not doing what God would ever want us to do. And one day, my boyfriend came and broke up with me, and we split. And there I was again, alone in an apartment by myself. The two people that I had clung to and looked to for this outlet of love and just someone to be there with me so I wasn't alone. I don't like to be alone. They were gone, and there I was alone. I remember sitting on my kitchen floor and just looking around me, and it was as if God had given me vision to see my life. And for the first time, the way that He saw my life, and my eyes were open to the sin, to the drugs, to the alcohol, to the making out with my boyfriend all the time, and my need to fill this desire for love with selfish earthly things. And I saw that, and it made me sick. And I just didn't know what to do. And the only thing that I knew to do was to just lay on the ground and just call out to God and cry out to Him, because I was so alone. And I was so alone. And so there I was on the kitchen floor in my apartment with my face to the ground, just weeping for Christ to just come change it. For Him to come in and just fill me with peace and with joy, and for Him to take away the fear that I had of being alone. I'd lived so long just trying to do everything myself. I wanted to choose my friends. I wanted to do things that I wanted to do. I didn't want to listen to anything that anyone told me, let alone listen to what the Bible told me. And God just instantly, it just hovered over me and filled me with this feeling of comfort and peace. And I just prayed to Him to just not let me be alone like that. And I knew He was there, and I knew that He was going to change my life. But I had to go to Him and ask for it and accept it. So, not as glamorous as a beautiful church or a fantastic garden, a dirty kitchen floor. When did God become real to me? On the floor of my kitchen in my old college apartment.